I'm going to show you the final match of 2018 WCS Leipzig. It's the sixth match where Showtime has 2 wins and Serral has 3 wins. Serral has won 2 wins consecutively, one after another, and it looks like it's a comeback. However, it proved to be his demise. He has lost the game, lost the championship, and couldn't get a seat to the global finals of Starcraft 2 to represent the rest of the world against Korea. 2018 WCS Leipzig is the first of 4 events of 2018 WCS circuit. Here you can stop the video and read more about this tournament. Here you can see who won, how many prizes, what and how many points they've got. Here's notable participants. The group stages, you can find your favorite players, and the bracket. I'm going to show you the last 6th match of this tournament right there. Here's the distribution table where you can learn more statistics, and here's the map statistics. Furthermore, this tournament right there is only a part of Grand Starcraft World Championship Series Global Finals tournament. So in here, 8 from Korea, 8 from the circuit, 16 best players out there are going to compete. Besides that, Global IEM Katowice is going to be huge with 250,000 total pool. GSL versus the world. The circus consists of Leipzig, Austin, Valencia, Montreal. There are 4 challenges, all of them worth 10,000 per circuit region. And furthermore, if you want to watch these castings, you can find AndYouLeftTheGame YouTube channel by typing AndYouLeftTheGame into YouTube search bar. Go, and you'll find 2 channels or one of these in the search. So if you for any reason got AndYouLeftTheGame with the blank space, just click on it, go to feature channels, click AndYouLeftTheGame without blank space, and you'll be brought into the channel where you can find the matches you want to watch. If for any reason that's not the case and you got just AndYouLeftTheGame without blank space, so do not hesitate to click on it rather than AndYouLeftTheGame with a blank space. And in this case, you'll be here in a matter of seconds. And now that we know how to find the castings and what kind of tournament we're watching, let's move on to the players. The first player is Showtime, Tobias Sieber, professional Protoss player who is currently playing for Arma team. He made more than $180,000. His legacy starts at 2012, where he joined one of his first major teams, and you can see here he successfully won many tournaments out there. Here is his picture, and his opponent goes by the nickname of Serral. He is a Zerg player from Finland. He is the champion of 2018 Leipzig tournament. He made over $130,000 playing Starcraft 2 over the years. His legacy begins in 2012, where the first interview was recorded. You can take a look at that interview right here. It's 2013 DreamHack Open Stockholm tournament. Furthermore, you can see here his achievements, and obviously both of these players have hell of a lot of achievements, and they are both very experienced with playing 2 different races. Now, Starcraft 2 World Championship Series Showtime with Serral is also on the bookies, so we can see how professional analysts see these games, and it looks like bookies were advised to put 1.67 on pinnaclesports.com for Serral to make him a favorite, and 2.23 to make Showtime the underdog. And obviously whoever won betting on Serral got a whooping 60% profit. Now here's the current picture of these two players. This is how they looked like competing in the circuit event. Now let's go on and see the final match that they have played together. Serral versus Showtime as it planned, LE WCS Leipzig 2018. Let's move on to the match. You can see their profile pictures here. Or maybe that's just a random one. I'm not sure. In any case, I'm going to show you this match from Serral's point of view. First things first, Serral hotkeyed a few bases, and he decides to take 2 bases in the east and 1 base in the south. So he's hotkeying them. That means that's his goal. For example, Showtime, on the other hand, would queue up most likely, I guess, more bases. This map is a little bit scarce when it comes to very quick multiple bases to take. However, obviously that probably gives more opportunities for a non-Zerg players, so that they could attack not so well defended opponents. The first things first, he moves with a super ultra quick hatchery there, and only after he builds a hatchery he decides to build himself a spawning pool and an extractor. A very interesting decision here. He queues up his hatcheries on number 3. He queues up his overlords respectively number 1, 2, so he wants to scout different areas, and he wants at the same time be in control. And we'll see if Serral decides to go for some cheese. The spawning pool is about to finish. He does have 30 supply, which would be just fine for a cheese push. Let's take a look what's going to happen here. He does build a few Zerglings, but it doesn't look like it's all in Zergling attack. Surprisingly, none of these players so far have proved to play super early cheese attack. None of them build proxy hatcheries or proxy buildings out there, like for example Protoss could build himself a Stargate or a couple of gateways close by, but it seems that they are not going to risk it. They are going to simply wall themselves off. The Protoss will as always wall himself off over the second base, and the Zerg is gonna go for super quick 3 hatcheries, 2 minutes 50, 3 hatcheries, and speed upgrade for the Zerglings. He has his overlords in a strategically very important positions here, where he can successfully take a look if his opponent is choosing a play that needs countering, or for example a cheese play where he would open secretly 5 gateways and be going at the Zerg with something like 15 zealots or 10 zealots, but it looks like a super standard Protoss play. So that's probably Phoenix Oracle for drone harassment that can be countered with some static defense. As you can see, static defense started to pop up just when he noticed that there's a Stargate. So static defense and the Queen is just enough to get rid of an Oracle. However, this Oracle obviously can do a hell of a lot of damage. At least 3 drones can be killed, but this time Serral, if you haven't noticed, has positioned his queen right here, and this means if an Oracle is coming over, this Oracle is going to be hit all the way to the mineral line, and the Spore Crawler will have absolutely no problem dealing with the Oracle. Now this Oracle has been scared of so badly it can't find a place for itself. Queens are hitting it from all over. It's as if Serral would know or would expect this very, very much. In any case, that's how you have to counter an Oracle with a strategically placed queen or queens. Now, one queen could go here at the 4th, another queen just in front of the hatchery, and it should be consistently placed there, because on creep queens can move very, very fast. In any case, the game is very quiet here, 5 minutes 22. Very, very interestingly, Zerg has no units whatsoever, just 10 Zerglings have been queued up, 54 workers in total are being built. It looks like this is like a super ultra risky play where absolutely no troops were built at the beginning of the game, and absolutely no aggression has taken place from the Protoss player. Very, very interesting indeed. And here we see that the Zerg has successfully found out about the 3rd base being built, but got scared away by all those air units. Now here we see the first major engagement. The Protoss decided to push out, and Zealots supported by Archon and Phoenix are going to tear into the hive. However, this area has been successfully defended by reinforcements, by Zerg Roche reinforcements, and the Zealots with Archons have been pushed back. It looks like Zerg decided to use a play he wasn't really using much, and that's Roach play. This is a super Roach play with 26 Roaches, 8 Zerglings, no anti-air whatsoever besides a couple of queens by the hives, and he's moving on the offensive. Yeah, there's no storms. He doesn't have any High Templar, he just built himself these Archons, and these Archons, these 3 Archons are going to kill off just incredible number of the Roaches. However, the Roaches won't have a problem moving into the base, and this is where he's going to kill off all those workers. As you can see, the workers were not evacuated, and where are the Archons? The Archons are not in the base and they're not coming over. It looks like this is really, really bad. Now, one of those mineral lines have been evacuated, but they were forced to go back to work, and now they are vulnerable. You see the fighting is going on all sides. Oh my god, this is just absolutely incredible. Oh no, this is just madness. Oh no, I don't have words to describe this. This is just an overdrive. The Zerg at one point attacked everything, each and every base. That's just an absolute disaster. The harvesters were brought down by 30, I would say. Maybe 30 weren't killed, but they're certainly down by 30, or at least were down by like 30 or more. In any case, the Zerg player is making at least 1,000 resources more and expanding towards the middle. He's still focusing on offensive here. It looks like this time the Zerg player has decided to transition from Roach to Hydra display. So the only thing that the Zerg did differently here than the last two games is that he actually used Roaches and didn't move on to Hydralisk as he previously did. So the Roaches were in a much larger number than the Hydralisks were, and this kind of led him to gain victories. However, at the same time, the Protoss didn't have any storms. Now he does have storms, but at that time he didn't have any, and those storms can do a hell of a lot of damage to these light Zerg army. Obviously now he decided to move on and give himself an army of lurkers. He once again spreads his army as always into two and moves on the offensive. The lurkers get hit by two storms. These took away 3 health bars from the lurkers. However, he's very close to the base. Actually, the Protoss has led him into his base. He's not blocking the entry, and those storms are certainly going to keep away the Protoss from keep away the Zerg from coming into the third base. But it looks like Zerg is trying to get into the second base, but unfortunately that turned out to be a disaster. In any case, the Protoss has 10 Zealots, 3 Immortals, 5 Archons, and 1 High Templar. So storms that saved them previously in mid games that started with an aggression in the early game are very few. However, this number has reached 6 right now, so it looks like we see a standard Showtime play of mid game that consists of Archons, Immortals, High Templars and Zealots, supported by a few airplanes. So we'll see if Serral can win this right now, because the composition is absolutely the same. I just kind of suspect that the Protoss will increase its Immortal count by additional 10 or so. However, it looks like Serral has caught up an undefended base, and this is going to cost too much for the Protoss. Protoss cannot defend this base. There's only 8 powerful units, 4 Immortals and 4 Archons, and it looks like they don't have any more storms left. Now he turned those High Templars into Immortals, and Serral, on the other hand, can queue up an incredibly large number of units very quickly. As you can see, 14 Lynx, 7 Hydralisks, 2 Roaches at this point is not bad, considering that the Protoss has only few, just over 10 fighting units. And while the Protoss is at 109 supply, the Zerg is almost maxed out with 181 supply here. And the Zerg decided to split his forces in two and will be attacking Protoss' third base over there. Now, this third base is going to be contested here. Very bad indeed. The Zerg is going to move on and expand into his 6th base, while the Protoss is still suffering from attacks into his 3rd and just set up his 4th base. It looks like Protoss is consistently being outproduced in all of its games. However, we'll see how it goes. So, the unit count for Protoss is not increasing that much. He has 5 Immortals, 5 Archons, 5 High Templar, 10 or 9 Zealots, and it looks like these forces of his are being squeezed for all sides. Serral is maxing out 4 splits, and he pretty much attacks consistently with his forces from at least 2 sides. In this case, he spreads them into 3 sides, and this was a decisive victory for the Zerg, who has certainly dominated the game with consistent attacks, and the Protoss wasn't really able to build himself a numerous army. He mostly built himself very powerful Immortals and very powerful Archon units supported by approximately 6 High Templars who consistently morphed into Archons when they ran out of energy. However, this game wasn't proving effective against a super fast expansion, so consistently the Zerg player was denying Protoss an ability to expand. He either attacked this base or this base, so the Protoss wasn't able to mine as many resources. As you can see, at this point in time, Zerg with 6 bases, out of which 5 were actually mining, was able to outproduce the Protoss player super heavily. So it's no surprise that the Protoss just simply did not have the resources to build himself additional forces that could throw back the opponent. Besides that, by 13 minutes the Protoss was not able to upgrade his units a lot, and there weren't even built multiple forges, and in fact it looks like the forge has been destroyed. You see the production, there were 32 Lings, 10 Hydralisks, and even a Swarm House, a unit never seen in this championship, that was produced. Let's take a look at the structures, and it seems that there was forge somewhere out here. However, it was only one, and only one forge wasn't able to give too many upgrades in this game. I'm not sure why, but it looks like lack of upgrades was certainly a consistent thing during these games, and not during all the games the units were maxed out in their capability to fight. In any case, that was the final from Serral's perspective, and Serral won a decisive victory, $20,000 and a ticket to the final championship.